Okay, the second part of section 7.1 talks about determining sample size for estimating a population proportion. This is on page 15 from the PowerPoint. There are two formulas. The first one is if you have some information about p-hat. The second one is if you have no estimate about p-hat. Unfortunately, there's not a menu on the calculator to plug these in, so we do have to do these by hand. There's a great example in the PowerPoint. I thought I would look at the one in the homework, this one right here. So I just kind of go over some examples for this one. So just kind of, if you read over this, it says find the sample size needed to estimate the percentage. That's kind of a hint right there. It says use 0.02 margin of error. So this is my E. And a confidence level of 99%. Okay, so starting with that information, if it's 99%, to find this critical value, it's on the back of this sheet that I handed out. So for 99%, you can use 2.575, 2.576. I think I actually put a couple more decimal values there for that one. Okay, the first one says nothing is known about a percentage that's involved. If nothing is known, then you use this formula down here, which I wrote. Okay, so my critical value is a 2.5758, which again I got from right here. The 0.25 is part of the formula, and the margin of error they gave me to be 0.02. Make that a little bit clearer there. Okay, if you go ahead and plug that in your calculator, you always want to round it up. They mention that in the book, but you always want to round this up. I think it even says in the homework, yep, it says to round up to the nearest whole number. So even if you get something like 4,145, you always round up because it's better to sample one person too many than too little. So if I round it up, it's 4,147. The second example is very similar, but now they give you an estimate for p-hat. P-hat is 40%. So in this case, we use the other formula. This formula right here, if they give you an estimate for p-hat, we're going to use this formula. There's my p-hat, it's 0.4, my q-hat is going to be 0.6. So again, it's my critical value, 0.4 times 0.6 times the margin of error squared. This is squared as well. And this is the number we get. And again, you always want to round up.